Hey guys, what's up? So I know that it has been a long time since I posted a video. It's been about 2 months, which is a long time for me since I have put out a video every 2 weeks for the past 5.5 years. But I have very good reason that I wanted to come on and tell you guys about. So first off, I hope everyone is hanging in there in this crazy 2020. I feel like quarantine life has definitely been interesting for me, as you can probably tell by the title. A few things that's been going on behind the scenes. The main reason that I kind of took a break and stopped posting consistently, one, obviously travel is shut down, so there's not a lot that I could do for new options and new videos, although I have been trying to repurpose them and go back through and create content that way. But I was kind of torn between, do I use this time to really hustle and like position myself to come out on top and all of those things, and I've done some things for sure, but I know in some of my previous videos I've been very open about burnout and how the past 5.5 years of cranking out videos consistently has taken its toll. And it doesn't mean that I don't love what I do and appreciate everything that's going on, and the fact that it's, you know, getting some traction is an amazing thing. But I would say the last 2 years of, you know, traveling 2 weeks out of the month and editing and producing these videos on top of full-time jobs to pay my bills, and it just, you know, there were some weeks I think I was working 70-80 hour weeks. So didn't have much of a life other than work, and I was pretty burnt out by the end of 2019. So the one kind of silver lining for all of this for me was that it was a chance to stop, and that was really hard for me. And I remember I was walking with one of my neighbors and he said, well, what would happen if you stopped? And I was like, I don't know. I've never tried. I've never done it. I'm afraid like I won't be motivated. What if I can't come back from this? And he was like, you know what? Pausing isn't quitting. And that really resonated with me. And he'd done the same thing in his business not too long ago and came back thriving and just doubled his business and did everything on the other side because he was excited and he was motivated and ready for it. So I really did give myself that time to kind of stop, make a new vision board, read the books, journal a lot, like really try to dive into what motivates me, what inspires me, and then where I want to go from here. So that was a big part of the decision to stop cranking out videos. And I also didn't want to be producing content just for the sake of producing content and not have it be of use, you know, because I want the things that I do to have value and help you guys plan your trips or maybe be inspired or things like that. So yeah, took a pretty big pause, and it's been nice. And now I'm kind of getting to the other side and regrouping and ready for some big moves, which I'm super stoked about. Some other big things that have been going on in quarantine. I don't know if you missed it, but Kristin and I started our very own podcast called Stumbling Forward, and we wanted to talk to entrepreneurs and creatives and business people at the beginning of their journey, kind of like we are, the struggles of hustling and having side jobs and doing all of those things on top of pursuing your passion. So we actually today just finished with our season 1. And now we are recording season 2, but we have 10 episodes in season 1. You guys can check it out on all of the podcast platforms, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that stuff, and just look for Stumbling Forward. And if you do listen, give it a 5-star rating, leave us a review, all that good stuff, because I'm really excited about what we're doing and sharing people's stories and hopefully giving people something to relate to and be inspired by. So that's been a pretty fun project. I started writing a book last week, which is crazy because that's always been sort of in the back of my mind of things that I wanted to do someday, but I felt like I'm still kind of in the middle of the story, so it didn't feel like a good time. And then the idea just hit, and I'm not going to say much more other than that because it's still very much in the process, but I'm pretty stoked about that. And as it develops, I'll let you guys know. And now for the big news. Probably the main reason you're watching this video. So the ironic thing about making a video single in quarantine, that was pretty much my last video that I made, and now I'm not single anymore. So who knew? knew that all it took was deleting all of my dating apps in a global pandemic and quarantine to meet somebody. But there you go. So I had actually met him a couple times before all of this happened at the beginning of the year through mutual friends, but I don't think we really said more than 2 words to each other. And then, as it happens with quarantine, there's not a whole lot to do but chat and talk, and we got to know each other online, and he wooed me by leaving some White Claws on my porch, which is the new 2020 courting, apparently. But yeah, it turned into something, and I'm very excited about that. And when things started getting crazy in LA of like the protests and the riots and obviously quarantine and everything was kind of up in the air, so much of the entertainment industry shut down. And he's a stuntman. Obviously I've done some acting and singing and hosting stuff here, and it doesn't really look like that industry is recovering anytime soon, unfortunately. So it just kind of seemed like a good time to go and start over. And I basically told him, if you pick a place with mountains, I'll go. So you guys know me, I love my mountains, I love my adventure. And when he said, how about Denver? I was like, done. My brother lives there, my parents live there part-time. And the great thing about doing Monica Goes is that I can really work from anywhere, and especially if there is outdoor adventure and fun things to do, which Denver and Colorado has a ton of them. So I'm really, really stoked, and this is really an interesting thing to share on my show, but I feel like I've kind of taken you guys along for the journey up till now, through everything, through, you know, getting married, getting divorced, starting over, all of those things. So it felt weird to not share this next big step with you guys. So there was going to be plenty of Monica Goes material coming out in the future, a lot of good Denver hikes. There may even be another channel springing off from this. We'll see. There's something in the works with that. But I'm super stoked to check out Denver and explore that area. I mean, there's so many incredible outdoor adventures, and I know a good base of people there already that love the outdoors. And yeah, I'm just really excited. So that is going to be the next big journey. We are leaving, well, he's leaving soon. He actually had a business opportunity. And then I'll be following in September. So if you guys don't hear from me, that is what's going on. There's a lot of moving and craziness, and it's crazy that I've been in LA for almost 10 years, which it turns out I have a lot more stuff than I thought I did. So packing is going to be interesting. But yeah, I feel like at this point I'm just kind of stepping back and giving myself that space to come up with business ideas, really work on the things behind the scenes, and prep and get ready for this new start and create some exciting new content for you guys. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for kind of sticking it out through this like weird lull of not a lot of content coming out. Obviously, if you guys follow me on social media, you can see that there's still stuff every day coming out. And in the meantime, check out Stumbling Forward podcast. I think I have, what is it? I'll have to look, but I think there's like 95 episodes now on my show. So there's plenty of stuff to watch, good road trip ideas if you're looking for travel stuff. And yeah, just give me like a month or two and I'm gonna come back with some real exciting new content. So that's the big life update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for listening, and thank you for following along on this crazy journey. And give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment. If you have Denver suggestions or Colorado suggestions, please leave me a comment. I'm definitely gonna be looking for good hikes, good places to eat, good things to do, things like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.